Hey guys, so I am constantly asked how I get my hair curly like this, and I'm also asked whenever I wear my hair up in crown braids how I do that. And the way that I make my hair this curly is by wearing it in crown braids and then leaving it in overnight, and then the next day taking it out, and it's naturally like this. I don't put anything in it except for sorry, I should have been prepared, except for I put a bit of this in because my hair gets quite frizzy. My hair is really thick, but it's also quite frizzy as well. So I use it's Redken Shine and Rich, and I just use a little teaspoon of that, or half a teaspoon of that, and just put it in, and it makes it quite shiny like this. But anyway, so this is basically my hair looks like this from just leaving crown braids in overnight. And I started doing crown braids about a year ago. I wear them whenever I go to Bikram yoga because when you bend over to do some of the head poses, a bun gets in the way. So a really good thing to do is to do crown braids, which are even on all sides, and it doesn't feel awkward, it doesn't get in the way. So anyway, so I'll get started. All you need is a hair tie and some pins. I use these little black ones. I use the little matte ones, and they don't slip as much as the shiny ones. Anyway, I just have a few of these here, and I'll get started. So literally, the crown braids take like 2 minutes. So basically, you just part your hair on the side that you normally would, and you just take a big piece like this, and almost like in the middle-ish. You don't have to be exact. And then you take a bit of the just underneath part of that bit. Sorry. Just like that. So you have these two pieces right here that are about even. And then you wrap the top part under this. So you go like that. So that's there. And then you grab the bottom piece of that. Doesn't have to be exact. And then you just take that over. And then just kind of keep wrapping it around, almost like you would a French braid, but with 2 pieces instead of 3. And then you take a little bit of the under part of that. Again, don't have to be even. This is my first time making a YouTube video, so it feels really awkward watching myself do this because I usually don't watch myself do this. And then you take a little bit of the under part of that, you twist that around. Now see, I already have a part sticking out right here. Usually that wouldn't happen, usually it'd be flat, but I think, again, because I'm not used to watching myself do this, it's a bit awkward. And then you go, see, then you kind of have these 2 pieces like here. Now I'll just keep going around without talking, so I don't get myself all flustered. Just kind of keep wrapping around. See, I'm much better when I'm not talking. And see, as you're going around, you're just kind of gathering a little bit that's kind of coming down. And it sounds harder than it is. Once you get the hang of it, it's so easy. It usually takes me about 2 minutes to do when I'm not blabbering and looking at the camera. And then you just notice you're kind of coming around the ear, and just getting as close to the head, the forehead, as possible. So again, just kind of, having a bit left. And then again, just, taking it into the top part, making that a whole part, and then wrapping that whole piece around like that. God, I hope you can see. It'd be really embarrassing if I made this again. Okay. And then finally you have this little piece left. And I kind of lean my head down because, you know, obviously the hair falling down is going to make it easier to grab it. And so at this point, you have this. Now it's probably not as nice as it usually looks because, again, I've been chatting and distracting myself, but that's always fixable. It's easier to fix it than it is to do the whole thing again. Especially if you're just doing this for like yoga or something where it really doesn't matter too much how perfect it looks. But the good thing about this hairstyle is it's really versatile. You could, you know, I've worn this to like a nice event before and people commented saying, oh my god, that must have taken you so long to do. You know, and obviously it doesn't. And I've also had people, I've also worn it to, you know, really casual get-togethers, and people, you know, and it works there as well. And obviously wearing it to Bikram yoga where you're sweating in 104-degree heat, you know, it works there as well. That's more for a practical aspect than anything. So anyways, you saw I was busy blabbing. You just kind of, you know, at the end you just wrap it around itself. I'm just realizing it's actually taking me 6 minutes to do. I always tell people it takes 3 minutes, but obviously it takes a bit longer when I'm talking. So again, you have this piece right here. So see, it's kind of like that. And you just wrap it almost around where that, you know, where you started. So you just tuck it in. Just tuck, oh my gosh, this is so weird doing this for the camera. You just tuck it in. Hope you can see this. Like this. Almost like tucking it under. And then, so you kind of have it like that. And see, hopefully you can see, like that. And then you take your little clips, or your little safety pins? No, not safety pins, you know what I mean, these little things. And you just kind of, I start kind of right where it starts tucking under, right before where the little hairband would be. Because you don't want the hairband sticking out. You want it to look very discreet. Then you kind of just clip it in. Doesn't really matter where too much. And then, okay, I just put a bunch in, especially if I'm doing yoga. So there might be little pieces sticking out. Like I think, oh, that little piece doesn't look too bad anymore, but sometimes you'll have a piece like sticking out of it. And all you do is just take one of these things and pop it right over it, and then you just hoist it in really easy. And then you can't see it. So like there might be a bit of a piece sticking out there, so I'll just clip that under.